guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now in today's video, I'm going to tell you guys 5 tips I wish I learned sooner. Pretty much, obviously we're going to ride, we're going to have some fun around town, but I'm also going to tell you guys 5 things that I just think beginners should know. Now obviously I haven't been riding for that long, but I definitely can say I have gotten in scenarios and had to learn on the fly things that I would have been way safer if I had just known it, if that made sense. I also just saw this guy, but on an S1K, literally just riding, he's just here. That's literally the gen that I would want, if I could get one. But, dude, it's so effortlessly, but can I speak? It's so effortlessly faster than me, like, it's not even funny. Hold up, I'm gonna see if Brett's W Mans. Hold up. Yo, would you do a wheelie for my video? Huh? Would you do a wheelie for my video? Bet that. Let's see. Oh my God. Bro, he freaking did not stay even on that throttle. But he went, like, bro, I bet that is so terrifying on a 1000. Holy. Bro, his bike is so freaking fast. Like, he can just effortlessly get gone. Right there. Now that is the business. Smooth, controlled, and even. Yeah, bro, I got all of that. Okay, so the first thing that I would say you should probably know about just when you're getting on a bike is honestly positioning. And it took me about a month or two to really, like, set, like, what I'm doing. I know a lot of people probably do this, and it's honestly, like, the worst thing ever. Sitting, like, really snugly up against your tank, back up, back away. There's always should be a gap here. The bigger the gap, in my opinion, the better. It improves your handling so much. Backing up literally gives you so much more control over the entire bike, like this, instead of it just feeling like you have to do it to understand it. But sitting close to the tank essentially cuts, I think, your mobility off by easily 30%, like no doubt in my mind. I didn't learn that until, like, I was literally just going through my comments and some guy saw like third person point of view of me riding and said, hey, you should like back up off the tank, you'll ride a lot better. And I was like, I don't understand why that would make sense, but let's give it a whirl. Let's just try it. And I did try it, and he was not lying. It makes it so much easier. Rather than controlling the bike like this, controlling the bike like this feels way more like you're actually over top and controlling the bike, rather than the bike is just going and you're trying to turn. Another thing with positioning is your feet. Your feet should not be on the pegs going like this. okay? They don't gotta be like this, but they should not be pointing outwards, like duck feet. I'm pretty sure that's what they literally call it. You should not be, oh, that's a lot closer than I thought. Slow down. Literally just slid like 35 feet, but yeah, I literally smell my tire, bruh. Yeah, you should not be riding, I don't know if you can see this, but you should not be riding like this. You should not be riding with your feet outwards. You should be riding with the ball of your foot, like the front ball of your foot on the peg. And why that's important is because if you have your feet locked into this like outwards position like this, your mobility will also be cut off. When you're locked in, like same thing with your, like most boots have a heel, your heel should not be locked into the peg because then you lose mobility of your foot. If you keep the ball of your foot on the peg, you have all the mobility to move and twist and, you know, shift your body weight on your feet to actually get off of the pegs. Don't do it, lady, please. Why freaking kill me? But why that's important is because let's say you're hitting a really sharp turn and you need to get some serious angle action, okay? You're not gonna want to be like this, so locked in like that. That's just not the move. If you're like this, you can move your foot up, back, to the side. You have like a ball of movement, and then that means you can go like this and you can lean off of your bike, and you can come off the bike and then lean the bike, which adds a whole new degree of angle right there. And also your hands. So this isn't really as much so positioning. The only bit of positioning that I would say for your hands is don't grab the handlebars like this. Grab them a little bit outwards. I think that also helps with maneuverability and just like steering the bike in general. Don't hold the bars too tight. Now, why I say that is because when a mistake happens, like let's say speed wobbles will happen. I literally got speed wobbles the other night, and they only get like super bad if one, you did a wheelie and you just dropped it too hard, you hit something, or you're the one messing it up. And I feel like usually it's people messing it up, not actually the bike not being able to, you know, go straight. And the reason that people mess it up is because they start going like this, they start getting shaky, and they grab the bars like bullhorns. They just hold them so tight, and that makes them crash. Now, it sounds counterintuitive, but if you're having severe speed wobbles, it's said to let go. Now, personally, would I let go? Hell no. I'm not letting go of the bars, but I'm gonna severely loosen my grip. And naturally, just riding, I ride very loose-handed because I don't want something like that to happen. I'm not, you know, gripping onto them to where if something were to happen, I'm gonna affect the bike restabilizing itself. Now, this next one right here might be a little controversial. Some people might say I'm stupid for this. I don't think it's stupid. The second tip is to, when you're first getting into bikes, go out in bad conditions. Now, that might sound like very like, you know, why would you do that? Why would you go out when it's raining? Why would you? It's way better to be comfortable in the bad than go out on a sunny day, it gets bad, and then you're scared you're gonna slip, scared you can't see, scared, like just overthinking stuff rather than getting comfortable with it. And no one told me to do that. No one said anything. That's something that I'm genuinely saying. When I started riding this bike, there were multiple days and multiple occasions where I said, it's drizzling, I'm gonna go out and ride. It's pouring outside, I'm still gonna ride. It genuinely made me feel so much better about riding in the rain because I knew how the roads reacted, you know, how my bike reacted. I got comfortable with the uncomfortable, which then made it normal. If it rains, if it starts pouring right now, I am 1000% confident in my abilities to ride in the rain, do whatever I want in the rain, and be fine because I know what to do. I can already see people are going to be like, oh, well, you know, that's just dangerous and that's not necessary. it is necessary because it's gonna happen. You're gonna get caught in the rain if you ride a motorcycle. My third tip is honestly to ride alone in the beginning. Obviously, if you see someone on the road and you happen to be going the same direction, yeah, be friendly, ride with them. That's cool. But don't always go out with someone and always ride with the same person, because let's say that person happens to be, a goober and, decides to go really, really fast and you're brand new to riding. You don't need someone influencing you to do bad things if you're not comfortable with it. Because I'm sure there's thousands of cases where, your buddy says, oh bro, let's go super, super fast on the highway. And you're like, I'm not really sure. I haven't been riding for that long. But you do it just because you want to ride with someone instead of riding alone. Trust me, riding alone will teach you so many things about yourself as a rider, yourself as a person, and it'll teach you how to just ride and be cool. You don't gotta go fast all the time. You don't gotta do wheelies all the time. Now, if that's just who you are and, you do that stuff even when you're alone, then, that's what it is. But, riding alone in the beginning was something that I definitely cherished, and I'm still doing that because I'm still pretty dang fresh. I've only been riding for like 6.5 months. Riding alone just allows you to be one with the bike and learn at your own pace, which I think is really, really good. Yeah, let's say you and your buddy get a bike and your buddy is way more comfortable already than you are, and he says, yo, let's go rip the interstate. Are you gonna say no? Like, you're gonna let the boy down? No, you're not. I would honestly say in the beginning, riding alone is probably gonna be way better for you. Now, will it be as fun? Probably not, honestly, because, riding with people always makes the experience more fun, especially if you guys have cardos or something like that. You guys can talk. It's like an Xbox party chat, but you're riding motorcycles. That's, amazing. But people can influence you to ride in a way that you wouldn't always ride naturally, and that's bad. Ride how you want, ride at your own pace, learn at your own pace, and, get risky at your own pace. This one isn't really controversial. I will stand on this until the day I die. Don't ride without gear, okay? Tip number 5, do not go anywhere without gear on. Yeah, you might say, oh, well, it's late at night and there's gonna be no one on the road. You never know, okay? You never know when a deer might run out. You never know when a drunk driver might be out. You never really know until it's too late. Always ride with full gear. I have full gear on right now. It looks like I have a hoodie on, but I actually have the gloves and then this hoodie and then my actual riding jacket and a sweater under it. I told you it's cold. I was not playing. But how many people I see go out with absolutely no gear, no gloves, in the rain, running from GS. sorry, I don't know what that was. Gear is really, really important because you never know what situation you might get in. You never know if it's gonna start raining. You never know with riding. So why just be unprepared? Just wear gear. And I understand people's arguments of, oh, well, it's really, really hot. And, yeah, I get that. But that's not an excuse for you dying. And even with gear on, some stuff could still... Sorry. That was my fault. Riding without gear is just making riding even more dangerous than it already is. And then when you're in the hospital bed and your mom is all like, I told you this and that, how'd you get all messed up like this? And yo, dumb head talking about some, oh, well, mother, it was hot outside, so I didn't wear my protective gear. You're an idiot. You're simply an idiot. But this right here, with all these people that can cut me off and all the things that could possibly happen, you would never catch me now with full gear. Because, personally, I like living, okay? And for my tip number 5, I don't think anybody should be starting on anything more than a 600. Now, you can say, oh, well, I'm experienced with dirt bikes and this and that. A dirt bike is nothing like a street bike. And I'm also saying that as someone that started on a 600. This is my first bike, my CBR 600 F4i. I love this bike. But it has already shown me that I make mistakes, and it has definitely shown me that if I got a 1000, your boy would have been cook-skied like months ago. Because people can say I, have self-control and I won't do anything, but the thing is that making a mistake can kill you. And obviously that sounds very obvious, but I mean a simple mistake of thinking you're in neutral and giving it a little, one of those could get you cooked. One wrong downshift and one of these will get you cooked. Like, the thing with that is the bike is so much less forgiving for your nonsense. It will not, be like, oh, he made a mistake. It will literally be like, he hit the gas a little bit, backflip. Like, it's just not gonna, it's not nearly as forgiving. And they'll do that whether you're on it or not on it. So, I mean, it's just not something I think you should be getting into as a beginner. Now, personally, do I want a 1000? Very bad. But I've also been riding for 7 months. And in that 7 months, I've learned so much about riding. Like, it's crazy. And even getting on a 1000, I would confidently say I would not be confident on a 1000 just because of the power difference. Like, it's such a big jump. I mean, just like the S1K I was just with. Like, he was in such a high gear, and he would gap me if I was in second. Like, it's such a large power difference, and having that much power all the time, like, you can't choose when to mess around on a 1000. It's always gonna be messing around. This bike, I can drive very relaxed, just like this. Now, yeah, you can do that on a 1000, but a 1000 is gonna wheelie very, very easily at 50 miles per hour. This bike, nothing. Now, I'm not discrediting the danger of this bike at all. I respect this bike, and that's why I believe I have not died. Because I understand what this bike can do, and I respect it. I don't mess around when it's not time to mess around. Obviously, I can't tell you how to spend your money, but I don't know. Don't risk your life just trying to ore farm. Yeah, that S1K would look amazing in your driveway, but are you gonna live to the next day to even see the thing? Like, it's just, I don't know. Getting a 1000 as a first bike is just like a death trap. That is pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys like that. If you guys want more informational videos like that, be sure to hit the subscribe button and like and comment down below. But that is pretty much it for today's video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.